Hi guys, and welcome to the channel. This is basically going to be the steps I am taking to legalise my 1993 F250 for roads in the UK. In this series, what I'm hoping to do is go over the steps that I went through from purchasing the vehicle in Virginia to actually getting it on the road and driving here in the UK. So this is just a basic introduction. The truck is a 93. It's the 460, which in metric terms is 7.5 litres. Nice old girl, runs great, drives good, but for European roads she has to have a few modifications done to lights, etc. Primarily this is to do with the orange side lights at front. They have to be converted to white. The indicators on the rear, which are red, they have to be converted to orange, and there are fog lights to be added. Now, one of the things I'm looking at doing is I don't want to mess about with the lights too much. I want to keep the truck looking as original as possible. So my initial thoughts are disconnect the side lights on this front indicator here, leave it just as an indicator. This orange side light here, just simply change the bulb to white. That will basically cue with the front. At the rear, well, I'll take you around the rear and you can see what I'm doing back there. So, at the rear you can see that a lot of American vehicles have their indicators or turn signals built into the brake lights, which you simply cannot do here in Europe anymore. So my plan is to convert this to orange indicators. Now, usually the way that's done is to use the reversing light, put an orange bulb into it, then mount a reversing light somewhere on the bumper along with the fog lights. I really don't want to do that. I want to keep this as simple as possible, but I want to keep the look of the vehicle. So I have found these. These are basically daylight running lights. Now, what they do is, you may have seen these on eBay and Amazon. I'll put a link in the description below. Basically, these are white daylight running lights. However, they can be connected to an indicator, and when you do that, they will flash orange. So my plan is, rather than use it as a daylight running light, to install it in the reversing lights, which will then give me still the white reversing light. However, it'll also give me the orange indicator. So fingers crossed this will work. The other thing which I am doing is rear fog lights. Now, basically I had these already. These are just brake stop lights, blah blah blah. They flash on and off if you want them to. Quite inexpensive. You can pick them up on Amazon, eBay, etc. I've used these as fog lights before on one of my previous vehicles and they worked very well. So I had a few sets laying around, may as well use them. No point in spending money where it doesn't need to. And otherwise that's basically it. The truck itself is in really good shape. Little bit of history behind it. It was a working vehicle up until I bought it basically. And what I did to it was drove it around Virginia. I was there for 7 months and just fell in love with the truck. Drives really, really well. It's been very well looked after mechanically. Interior on it is just superb. I'll take you up, let you have a look. I mean, the interior on it is just so clean. It is really, really nice in here. You know, even the headlining and everything's in good shape. There's the obligatory crack under the dash, but nice dash cover. Yeah, I covered that up. Rear, middle fuel tank, front fuel tank doesn't work. However, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this slot here for the fog light switch. And electric windows, power locks, they all work fine. Never tried the cruise control on it, admittedly. I'm not a fan of cruise control these days, there's just too much traffic. Round to the business end, and there she is. big old 460. Really, really smooth engine, pulls like a freight train. Only things I've done, I put the MSD cap rotor and the 8.5mm leads on. I went with a K&N filter, and other than that, I also put a couple of degrees of timing into it, which these trucks really, really benefit from. Other things that have been done to the truck, it's had the inside here, there are a couple of like little Venturis. Everybody removes them. I did the same. Truck runs so much better, and AC works, heat works. I mean, just a nice all-round vehicle. Really, really enjoy driving it, and looking forward to getting it onto the roads here in the UK. You know, on the subject, I know a lot of my American friends have said, "Oh my God, it's going to be too big for British roads," but ironically, some of the roads I used to drive in Virginia and North Carolina were actually narrower than the roads this old girl will be living on here. So, well, there you have it. For the Ford guys out there, this is my buddy's place, and he's into old tractors. There's an old Ford tractor sitting there. He's got another one kicking around somewhere else. So, anyway, I'm going to end this now and get to work, and I'll update this later. Okie doke. Well, here we are back again. I have completed the installation on this left hand side, so let's give it a try. Let's go with indicators to begin with. And there we have it. One orange indicator on the left hand side. So, the question is, do we have reverse lights? And there we have it. So the LED, although the light is actually very bright, it's not showing up too well on my cell phone here, but trust me, anybody behind you will see that. So far so good, looks like it's a win. Let's get the other side done. Well, there she is. That sounds good. Rear lights are all done now. Fog lights are in, but I still have to find the switch. I've put the switch somewhere and I don't know what the hell I've done with it. So I'm calling it for today. But the mounted wiring's all in up to the dashboard. Brake lights are still to hook up, but again, wiring is in all the way up to the dashboard. Reversing lights and indicators are now working on the rear. And there we go, we now have orange turn signals at the rear. And that is it for today. Everything's went pretty smoothly actually, didn't run into any major problems. The kit that I bought, very, very good, very impressed with that. That worked very nicely. Not that expensive either. Overall, you know, pretty good day. So I'm gonna pack everything up for today and go find that damn switch.